Adventurers, welcome back. Everybody says to level up a bunch of different attributes for different reasons. Weapon scaling, survivability, speed, those kinds of things. But what if there was a less complicated way to level up your characters? That's right. You don't need to level up a bunch of attributes to do damage. You just need the might. Might will solve all of your problems. You only need two things when it comes to fighting in this game: attack power and speed. Might will give you the attack power, and Pictos will give you the speed. You don't need to waste points on defense, because most enemies will one-shot you anyway. Just learn the timing for each enemy attack. You can either dodge or parry, depending on how comfortable you are with the enemy you're dealing with. Parries are more rewarding and will help you end the fight quicker. Dodging is much easier and safer, but the fight will be slower since you're not using the counterattacks that come with a parry. Even if you accidentally get hit and die, you can just use a revive and continue fighting. Playing this way makes more sense in any difficulty that isn't story mode. When you face a new enemy, you'll most likely die a couple of times until you get used to their moveset and timing. You can use dodge at first and get used to the attack patterns, and then slowly switch to parrying. In the end, pulling this off will be much more fun and rewarding than most other builds. You need two types of Lumina for this build. Luminas that gives action points is your first priority. You can stack the same Luminas of different ranks. For example, Energizing Start has 4 Pictos numbered from 1 to 4. You can use all 4 of them to get 4 more action points in addition to the 4 you get normally. The other type is Offensive Pictos. If you parry a lot, you can use something like Augmented Counter that boosts your counterattack damage, or Augmented Attack to boost your general attack damage. For example, if you use abilities that apply burn in your build, you can use something like Critical Burn. There is a secret gestural arena where you can obtain a couple of solo focus Picto effects for Luminas. I use most of them on Luni as a solo party member, allowing her to deal significant damage while maintaining high speed. For example, I have a Picto on her that grants a 100% critical chance if the character is solo. When she reaches around level 30, she was hitting for approximately 70,000 damage in a single turn. Try to prioritize abilities that hit multiple times in the early game. Make sure to have at least one ability that hits all enemies for each character to deal with mobs quickly. This will help you farm levels faster. Speaking of farming levels, the fastest way to do that is by finding a flag that has a bunch of enemies nearby. You can defeat the enemy and rest at the flag to respawn them. You can get 20% more experience if you didn't get hit during the battle. You can also fight groups of mobs on the continent map and go to camp and sleep to respawn them quickly. But since that involves a loading screen, the flag might be the faster option. Try to unlock Esqui sooner to help you explore and find some of the Pictos that might be otherwise unreachable. Once you finish Act 1, make sure you explore all the islands available to you and find all the Pictos before moving on with the story. You can go to the hidden gestural arena to get a bunch of solo Pictos that massively buff your reserve or solo team member. Since the last team member will be fighting alone, those Pictos will give you a ton of buffs, both offensive and defensive. This is essentially a glass cannon build, and it demands a good understanding of enemies and their attacks. If you want to turn your brain off and just enjoy the game, this might not be the build for you. But if you like this playstyle, let me know your thoughts in the comments section, and let me know if you would like to see how to build and progress this type of glass cannon builds that does a lot of damage for each character from start to the end of the game. I'll see you in the next video. Have fun with Expedition 33. Oh, and maybe check out this other video as well.
our chance.